See, we got another upgrade already. So many. And
Do you end up maxing everything out in your upgrades?
no, I missed a couple.
Guest list only.
Okay.
If your name's not on the list, you ain't going in.
What?
I'm on the
Let's
list.
see, A, no, that's not right. So it's B, Bane. Ah, here it is, Batman. Hey,
Batman.
like you're the guest of honor.
I love how he faked it.
Give him a big welcome.
Also, do you recognize where we are?
I actually don't.
It's the place where we always go to talk to Joker in between stuff.
Oh, look at that.
Look at all these guys clapping for us.
This is a very unusual scene.
It's a party.
Yeah, but
I think I
it's
should
weird
let
to
these
not
guys
see punching
party,
them
right?
break
I
their
don't.
thighs.
Do you think I should break their thighs or should I just let them party?
Break their thighs.
Also, that dude literally has a tattoo that just says murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love just setting explosives at their feet and then detonating all at once.
Now, can you walk through the door and then
Yeah.
not do anything?
Yeah, you don't have to fight these guys there. But it's the last chance to get some experience.
There you go.
Even though I already have an upgrade in waiting, so I didn't really need it. But
Might as well. Keep your skills fresh.
Batman probably would have taken these guys out.
You know, I just realized this thing is recorded, so it doesn't matter what I said about breaking their thighs through the explosion.
Yeah, and you get an achievement for doing that too.
Party pooper. I like it.
Can't get through here.
They lock you out, can't leave. You gotta finish the game.
Huh?
So I missed like 3 upgrades, it looks like. So I guess I wasn't as thorough as I could have been with Riddler stuff. Let's just get the last health, because why not?
Wait. Oh my god, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Because I know it's a recording,
Yeah,
but it aligns very well with what we're saying. So,
yeah, I'm good like that.
Are you
Yeah.
excited, Bats? I mean,
Well
we've
done.
been
Well
building
done.
up to this point all night. Don't tell me
I am
you've
pretty
not
excited,
been
I gotta
looking
admit.
forward to it. I know I have. Surprise!
Whoa!
Everyone always
What?
said I should be in television.
You actually
You know
called
what
that
this
the first
is?
time we came here.
Really, it'll be a blast.
did I really? Oh,
Yeah. You thought it
take
was
your word for
Joker
it.
underneath the TV.
I'll take your word for it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so it's a really that really surprised me when he took the TV off. And it was him. It freaked you out. I don't think it was him like the whole time we were in here.
Yeah.
Just for that time.
Why didn't
Oh,
you
wow.
stop Batman? Me? It was your plan, you goofy clown. I'd send
Is
you back
that
to
the
ventriloquist where you
puppet?
belong.
Yeah, that's
Oh, no,
Scarface.
two guys. Yeah, okay.
I love the classic Batman background.
Yeah.
You had to spoil everything, didn't you? Beating up Bane, feeding Scarecrow to Croc, slapping around Harley, my hobby, by the way, and ruining all my lovely Venom plans.
It's over, Joker.
Over? Why, my dear delusional Dark Knight, it hasn't even begun.
final boss do? The first part of it, at least. I think it's begun. So yeah, this first part we just fight 2 Titans and some guys. Basically, we've done this like 3 times already, but
I'm sorry, are these Titans special in any way?
nope.
Nice. Oh, this room is masked, by the way. I just realized that.
It's... I think he's on like a throne of mannequins. Joker is. I don't really know what the purpose of this room is. For the Asylum, I guess hold people, but very weird and threatening looking. I guess Joker redecorated. Man, the guys get invincibility frames when I shove them into the charging. They should take damage from that.
Do they not? This entire game I thought they did.
If they charge them, they'll take damage, but when I did the dodge move and like shove them in, he didn't get hit. Because I guess he's invincible for some reason. So even though we took out all the guys, like more just hop in, like come in like 3 waves. So you can't just take them out and focus on the big guys.
No.
So I kind of talked about combat already, but I'll finish my thoughts. So like, droid animation and sound effects, it just feels super satisfying. It was like pretty smooth controls, but it's just not made for one-on-one fights. Like, I think the counter ruins everything. Like, why does they need a button that just makes it so you can't get hit by any attack, and they will always get hit by you, and it telegraphs what it's doing, because it's very easy to do. Like, your dodge move, you can never use it unless you're in like a Titan fight, and it's actually really good. Like, you're pretty invincible during it. Like, you could have just had the dodge move. I don't need the counter. Like, not every game needs to be, like, Devil May Cry level of sophistication. It could be simple. I just wish they changed it a little bit. Combat's just, like, basically a quick-time event. To be fair, on the hard difficulty, it takes away the little icon for when you need to counter, so you actually have to pay some attention. It doesn't have the little blue sparks.
Oh.
But
I realized that's what those were.
yeah, so yeah, the blue sparks just tell you to press Y, and then a triangle. But like, I never felt any need to stun people in this game, except for nice people. So you pretty much just mash square constantly, and then when the blue appears, you press triangle. Like, the combat was fine for this game, and it got a lot of praise upon release, but it's just like fundamentally flawed, and it was fine for 2009 as the first attempt, but them doing it in 2015 was bad, and I hope Rocksteady's next game they finally change it. Like, they improved it in the sequels, but it was the same thing, and it just has flaws. If your combat system doesn't allow for boss fights to be good, then your combat system probably is a problem. Also, Yakuza ruined
the reason boss fights aren't good is because
they're just not made for like one-on-one fights, and the counter. If a boss ever attacked you, theoretically you just counter it, but they take away the counters for like the Titan dudes.
Okay.
But like, Yakuza ruined the combat for me, because that game's punching people is awesome. It just ruined Batman for me. So the combat's like super rhythm-like, and the developers said, which this quote's kind of vague, that like Arkham Asylum was originally a rhythm game. They said it was a full rhythm action game. It was prototyped in 2D, and like involved like colored circles bashing into each other. I don't even know what they mean by any of this. There's like a bunch of headlines like Arkham Asylum was originally a rhythm game. I don't really know what that means. Like, do they still have the Predator stuff? And the combat was just more like overtly a rhythm game, or what? Seems weird.
A rhythm game? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds weird. I don't know what they meant by it, but we're done here.
Nicely done. You deserve a prize. Your old pal, Commissioner Gordon. Say, he looks all run down. Let's pep him up.
No! Batman! Get away!
Here we go. We're gonna have some fun now, kiddies. You're trying to resist the change. That's not fair. Come on, get in. You want to play hardball, Bats? Do ya? Your call. Pickle, pickle. No! No, you're ruining my
Is
big
that better than
night.
Tickle?
Months of planning down
He's not a great fighter.
I just wanted to bring down your grim facade and for once let you see the world as I sit, giggling in a corner and bleeding. But you've denied me even that. I have nothing to live for.
Arkham Asylum remains under lockdown, its staff at the mercy of the rampaging inmates. Just 10 minutes ago, we received this taped message.
Greetings, Gotham! Joker here! Arkham is mine! Soon I'll unleash madness untold onto the streets of Gotham. But first, direct your eyes to the rooftops and witness the final destruction of your dear Dark Knight.
We've been circling the tower since the... Wait, there! Joker is making his move!
Showtime, Batman! Let's give the room something to talk about. Two freaks in a fight to the death. And for one night only, please welcome our special guest referee. Ooh, come on! Change! Get crazy. It's the only way to beat me. You know you want to. Never. You wasted the antidote on yourself? Now that's funny! Hysterical! But you spoiled my fun, and for that, I'll paint Arkham with your blood. Let's get ready to tango!
But first, let me upgrade
Right.
myself, Joker. So I guess Joker's ultimate plan was to turn Batman into a
You can beat me?
monster and have all of Gotham see him and Joker fight it out. But then Batman just took the cure, so now Joker's gotta fight him.
Excuse me, Bats.
Now, is this fight any different from your other Titan fights?
No, it's actually much worse. So this final fight is actually like legendary for everyone thinking it sucks.
Okay.
So like the idea of Joker turning into a monster to fight Batman is just kind of dumb and not that Joker-like. But the main issue is, as you see, you just fight a ton of normal dudes most of the time. You don't actually spend much time fighting him. Also, he looks
Okay.
super gross. All the
That's it,
spines
yeah.
coming out, or his bones coming out of his spine, all the blood,
Yeah.
the ribs.
Yeah.
Like it's nasty.
Now, are those presents bombs? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, I think the teeth
No.
come out of the presents. And I was thinking the teeth detonated after a certain amount of time, but you have to get close to them first, and they blow up. Also, I gotta compliment
Nice.
Joker's men on their good work making this like electrified cage.
Mm-hmm.
Like I doubt that was there before.
And I just want to clarify, when you say this fight is much worse than regular Titan fights, you don't mean it's more difficult, you just mean it's lower quality,
Yeah, cause you
right? Okay.
see what we're about to do.
Yep. And then yank him down? Okay.
Yeah, you get stuck,
When I get out of this,
and then you take out
rip your freaking
a third of his health, like that. And you don't actually really fight him. You just do that
shot back.
2 more times.
Oh.
He's like, oh, let's fight. And he takes out his claws, and you can't hit him now or do anything. He'll just wreck you. So you just kind of run away. Then he like jumps back up there in like 10 seconds.
I'm out, Bats. My people.
Like that was like 10 seconds of
That's
fighting.
it?
You already gave up, Joker. You turn yourself into this giant monster, and you don't even want to fight.
Mind your head, Bats.
You're
Huh.
bored. You threw it down here for 10 seconds.
Old man.
Yes, that's literally all it is. You fight 3 rounds of normal dudes, and then just take them down with your back claw, and then it's over, and it sucks.
So the most exciting thing about this is the presents.
Yeah, pretty much. That's like the only new thing.
This is so disappointing.
I know. Like, literally everybody thinks this fight sucks. Like, I've never seen anybody be like, you know, the final boss fight of Arkham Asylum is actually pretty good. Never seen that.
It was an okay game, but then you had that final boss fight. Whew, that really did it for me. That's made legendary. Wow.
And the camera's also weirder in this one a little bit, too. It's not...
How exciting.
Like, it's not bad. It's like zoomed out enough. It's just different than like every other fight.
What are you doing?
I can't believe Joker gets that distracted by one helicopter. He's got to talk to it. Like, after being pulled down 2 times, he still gets distracted by it.
Oh, he's
Like,
got
if you-
the classic 3 boss fight stage.
Yeah, it's very formulaic.
And
Yeah.
everyone will see.
Like, fighting a monster Joker is just kind of lame in itself. But if
Okay.
you actually fought him, it could be fun enough. And, like, a very video game plotline, but it could still be cool. But the fact you don't even fight him and just get his claws stuck in the ground is just super lame.
What are some other classic Joker fights? Like,
Well, that's the thing. Joker as a character is kind of a bad character to be like a final boss of a video game. Fighting's not really his thing. But I guess a
Right.
good way to do it would be like have that Titan fight we just did be the final like combat part, and maybe just have Joker set like a bunch of traps for you, and you got to be kind of stealthy to like avoid them. I don't really know, but something like trap related I think would be better.
okay. Not just a bunch of button
Or give him
mashing.
like some goofy gadgets that are fun. Like, I guess if you want to do a traditional boss fight, just give him goofy weapons. You gotta learn how to like dodge the weapon attacks. A thing Joker has is a gun. When he pulls it, like a flag comes out and it says "bang" to fake you out. Then the second trigger he shoots it, like a real bullet comes out. I guess that could be like a good attack. Like he'll fake you out, like he'll shoot it and you'll dodge it, but you won't really shoot. Then he'll shoot it again and then you get shot. And he has like joy buzzers and stuff.
That's interesting.
I don't know, but this fight's over. We spent like a total of 30 seconds actually fighting him.
I can take it. You throw at me, Bats. You can't beat me. I'm actually going to win. Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win. Never.
You put explosive shell in his fist. That's pretty awesome. May have like separated his
Nice,
shoulder or something,
nice,
but
yeah.
worth it.
I go for that. Mhm.
I'm a big fan of explosive fist.
I'm fine, Barbara. The GCPD finally has control of the asylum. Doctors are treating the injured, but it looks like it'll take some time. All super criminals are back in custody. Quite a mess in there. And the venom-enhanced inmates are returning to normal.
Yeah, I bet there's no long-term health side effects of that transformation.
The process can be quite painful.
How are you doing?
I'll survive. See you tonight, Barbara. Shame about your car. Can I give you a ride?
Thanks, Jim, but I have one on the way.
Get some rest. You deserve it.
Second National Bank was just robbed by Harvey Dent, aka Two.
Stay safe, Jim.
2 officers down. The suspect is fleeing in their patrol.
After all that, the most stressful night you could possibly have, he still has to go stop Two-Face from robbing a bank.
Is that the second game?
No, that's just showing how Batman's never done.
Wow. So that's it, huh?
Yep.
Alright.
So what did you think of the game.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, the combat
It gets repetitive.
didn't seem very. Yeah. And the vent button mashing, I could definitely do without. It was boring to watch. I'm sure for you it was even worse actually doing it. But I like the story. I like most of the mechanics. The Predator scenes were awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even like
Um,
show off a lot of stuff. There's like so many different fun ways to mess with the guards and get them like terrified.
Yeah, boss fights weren't that great. I remember the Scarecrow scenes were fantastic. I love
Yeah,
all the
those are
Scarecrow
awesome.
scenes. What else? Yeah,
Yeah, so
overall I thought it was good.
yeah, it's just like if you ignore all the Batman stuff, it's still a good game. But then just the fact it's
Mhm.
Batman and the Joker and all that just makes it
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And you can learn a lot from like the profiles are fun to read. I'll post those in full later.
Yeah, there's also a bunch of
There's a lot of
background
story you haven't
information.
seen from the interview tapes and stuff. So like some characters that don't appear like they
Yeah.
have any depth or maybe barely appeared, you can learn more about them through those tapes. Like
Okay.
Riddler, Croc, and Scarecrow.
Okay.
But yeah, the stealth stuff's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I like the story. It's pretty simple actually. They get really complicated in the sequels with like twists and stuff.
Yeah.
This one's actually pretty basic, but it's just such a good setting for a video game, an insane asylum.
Well, so, and the other thing too that I like what they did with the story is it wasn't beginning to end the stories the same. You have like an hour of one story, and then you get to the end of that story, and then something changes, and then you have the
Yeah.
next segment of the story, and the next segment. So you don't really know A, how long the game's gonna last, and B, what's happening next. Because you're like, yeah, there's 2 hours left, and I was like, wait, really? Interesting.
Yeah, that's true. There's
Um,
not like they give you like 2 long plot lines like, alright, this is the long-term plot of the game. We'll do
Mhm.
this in parts, then we'll go do some other thing, then we'll go back to that. It's just kind of like one step. Like, we'll save Gordon, then we'll go to the Batcave and learn
Constantly
about
well.
Titan and notes and stuff, and then go to the mansion and do stuff. Like
Yeah.
it always changes, I guess.
Yeah, because I thought as soon as you rescued the doctor, that was it. That was game over. And it's like, no, that's half of the game.
Yeah, it
You
was like
still have to
halfway
go
point.
actually stop Joker. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
I
just
thought I felt good.
The combat's not like it's fun. Like I was harsh on it, but it's fun in this game. I just don't like how they never escalated it or changed it in the sequel. Like it gets old 4 games of that same combat style.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the stealth stuff's awesome, and the story's good, and it's got Batman and the Joker. Like Mark Hamill's the Joker.
Yeah,
Really
I
all
thought the
you need.
Joker was great. Barring the last 5 minutes, the Joker was
Yeah, the
fantastic.
transformation stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, and I think in like the second or first episode, this game's
Mhm.
basically just Die Hard, but with Batman and the Joker. Like, what's better than that? One lone dude sneaking around a place, taking out dudes in silence.
In the vents. Sinking around in the vents.
Yeah, Vince is a very key element of Die Hard. And he has a black sidekick. It's perfect.
Let's see. The detective scenes I didn't feel were that great.
Yeah,
was
there's
very
kind of
much
like,
just-
you have a
yeah.
box to scan, and there's a glowy thing,
Mhm.
and then you scan it.
Yeah.
Not
and
much
didn't seem
thought
very
required.
intellectually difficult. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It was
like,
just like
Batman's the
follow
world's
dollar
greatest
trail, and that was
detective.
it.
Yeah, like, I
yeah.
guess there could have been a little more puzzles, like this Riddler stuff, but like in the normal game.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this game is
Mark
Mark
Hamill,
Hamill and
Joker.
Kevin Conroy, but Harley Quinn's voice actor is also from the animated series. And the animated series actually introduced, like, created the character.
Oh,
Harley wasn't a
Quinn?
thing until the 90s.
Really? Interesting. But yeah, I like the idea of the detective areas. I don't know if the execution was the greatest.
Yeah, they kind of try to improve them in the other games, but they never really figure it out. Like, they definitely get better. So
yeah,
Rocksteady,
overall.
the developer of the game, hasn't had a
Mhm.
game come out since the last game in this series in 2015, so there's all sorts of rumors about what they're going to do next. And people were really excited for this year, thinking they're going to show something at E3, but they just announced like 2 days ago that they don't have anything to show this year, unfortunately, or right now. So they're done with like the Batman Arkham series, but some of the rumors are going to be like a Justice League video game, or like maybe Superman, even though Superman seems really hard to do. And then some people think they'll do maybe more Batman, just in like a different continuity, and like introduce the Justice League through Batman like that.
Okay.
What I want is Batman Beyond. So Batman Beyond was the TV show after the animated series in like the 99 through 2001. And the plot of Batman Beyond is it takes place 40 years after the animated series. Bruce Wayne's super old. And it's like in the future, like the 2040s, super old and all that. And
Alright.
he's like retired and depressed and just secluded in his mansion. And a new high school kid becomes Batman. So the show is marketed, or supposed to be, like the executives just came in and were like, hey, can you make a show where Batman's in high school to appeal to kids? And they're like, that sounds like a horrible idea. But then they had the future idea, and they made the show, and it's funny because the show is actually like way darker than even the animated series, and not for children at all. But the plot of Batman Beyond is Terry McGinnis' dad works for Wayne Enterprises, and Wayne Enterprises is merged with like this evil dude named Derek Powers. It's like Wayne Powers. And Terry's dad gets murdered, and he goes to Bruce Wayne, and he saves Bruce Wayne from like some punks and accidentally finds out he's Batman, and then he steals the bat suit and like becomes Batman to take revenge for his father and stuff. But Batman Beyond is awesome. Like the future stuff's awesome. And I really want the video game to be the next Rocksteady game to be based on Batman Beyond.
I'm very surprised to hear you say that, because normally stuff in the future is very hard. I'll see like the original series and I'll be like, alright, that was good. Or like, you know, the original movies. And then you know how the sequel is always way worse? I feel like every time they try to do a sequel, I don't think about movies, but every time they try to do a movie sequel that's like 20 years in the future, I'm usually very disappointed with them. So it's interesting that they pull it off.
Yeah. Bruce Wayne's just like so old and not caring about anything. And Terry's actually like a really cool character.
Okay.
It's just, I feel like Batman Beyond the show is great, but it only ran for like 3 seasons and didn't explore all the potential it could have. And I just really want more Batman Beyond content. Like, there's rumors for a while they're going to do a live action film. Like, when they made Batman Begins, actually, like, one of the final things, like, when they're deciding what the next Batman movie should be, was either Batman Beyond or Batman Begins. And they went Begins, obviously. And that was in 2005. And then since then, there's been a bunch of rumors, too. People want like an old Clint Eastwood or someone. He might be too old now, but like some really old dude playing Batman.
Like, how old is Harrison Ford? Is he too old?
70 something.
Oh, okay, might be too old.
Yeah. Michael Keaton. People want him because he played Batman in the Burton movies.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So yeah, people want him. And I think Robert Pattinson's too old to play Terry, because he's like in high school, but some people think they could have done that with Robert Pattinson, but I don't think they are. I think they're going to do like, they've said the Pattinson movie's going to be like a younger Batman, like it's not an origin story, but he's just starting out. That's what they said it's going to be. But yeah, I feel like Batman Beyond has got kind of a raw deal. When it was like canceled, it wasn't like wrapped up properly, and I just want more of it because the future stuff's super cool, and like the bat suit in that has like a ton of cool abilities. It can like fly with like jet boosters and stuff. I think it should be a really cool video game, like mechanically, and I just want more in that world. But yeah, nobody knows what Rocksteady's going to do. Other than they think it's going to be related to superheroes.
Okay.
Because they ended the normal Batman, the Arkham series. Yeah, these credits are super long, so I'm just going to fast forward a bit, because there's like one thing you unlock after beating the game, and the post-credit screen. So that was Bane, but it's actually randomized. It can either be Scarecrow, Killer Croc, or Bane, reaching up to grab a Titan at the end.
Oh, that's cool.
It's completely random. So there's a challenge mode where you can play as Joker, which is only in the PS3 version. so I never played it for the longest time, but it was in the remake. And then when you beat the game, you unlock Armored Batman, which is Batman just with some armor. Which is kind of lame, but
Does it change any of the actual gameplay? Or do you take less damage, or is it just look cooler?
you take less damage, but that's it. I think I'll record some Joker footage later, but I just don't know how to play as him yet. As a bonus video. And then I just remembered there's one more thing I actually have to show you that I don't have footage of yet. It's like 2 minutes and very short, but very interesting. It was an Easter egg that nobody found for a long time in the game. So yeah, so I just went to this challenge mode to show Armored Batman. The neck part is like super armored, and he's like kind of metallic, shiny, which you can't see in detective mode, but...
Now, when you're playing through the game with this guy...
You can't play the normal game, only in challenge mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Never mind then.
Yeah, so challenge mode, you have like 3 different ways to... It gives you like 3 different ways that wants you to take out guys, and you do those and try to do as fast as possible. You don't have to take them out in those ways, but you get more points for doing it, and you get like ranked on it. It's just a fun way to go play all the stealth maps whenever you want.
Okay.
And you can see I still take a ton of damage from guns, even though I have the armored costume on. Like, it barely helps out. It's kind of a lame reward.
It looks cool. I'll go with that.
Yeah, it's shiny. So yeah, so now I just want to see how many bullets I can take before I die. And the answer is not a lot. And that's Batman Arkham Asylum. Pretty great game.
I don't know if that's the note you wanted to end on, but...
Well, I realized I had like 5 seconds left, so I had to.
Batman slumped in the corner.